Yo, what's up, world? It's badass thugging like I usually do, and you better turn it up, bust some speakers out, cause we off the motherfucking cuff. You dig how we do it? Dog Pound Gangsters 2000 and beyond. Blah.
Yo, check this out. This is your girl, Cola Vogue, and I'm chilling with my boys right here on Off the Cuff Radio. Cause we off the cuff right now. You dig?
That. What's up? It's your boy Lil Yap from UNLV, bragging up from the river, cooling with my homies and my family at Off the Cuff Radio. Y'all be sure to tune in on Fridays and get the latest scoop and find out what's happening. You heard me?
Tiffany Lavon.
And it's Queen Queasy, your girl's favorite bartender.
And we're from
Sex on the Rocks podcast.
Alright, you're now tuning in to Off the Cuff Radio.
Yeah, because they keep representing that world hip hop. Yo, much love.
Alright. Y'all, this is Princess Daisy giving a shout out to King Eric and Off the Cuff Radio. Keep doing your thing, puppy.
Hey y'all, this is Stacey Lachey giving a shout out to King Eric and Off the Cuff Radio.
What's shaking, y'all? This is the Grand, one half of Lost Cause and 1/3 of that Drive Time thing. Sending my love to the homies over at Off the Cuff Radio. Tune in every Friday night for some real deal hip-hop conversation. These dudes are the connoisseurs of this thing. You already know what it is. BX Stand Up, HUD City, we're shaking. Peace.
Yo, this is Dope Fresh to Dine, and y'all tuned in to the most raw, uncut show on radio, the Guillotine Team, Off the Cuff, and yo, Eric, Sandman, off of these clowns' heads.
Touch me, bend me over on the couch, fuck me real good. On my Holly Berry, I just wanna feel good. Drop that law, give me, I don't need no little wood. Just cause I let you smash in on me, you still could. On my bad and bougie shit, who the fuck are you? Don't worry about who I'm fucking, I ain't fucking you. Don't worry about who I'm sucking, I ain't sucking you. Niggas lying on they dick, they ain't nothing new. I'ma show you how a boss bitch fed. Call a nigga over, beat him for his head. When that nigga try to reach between my legs, tell that nigga fuck it, gon' break bread. I don't want the nigga in my call out. I need a big dick nigga who a ball hog. Always on his job, never call out. Type of shit make my clothes wanna fall out. Boy, I know you wanna touch me. Tie me to the bed and fuck me. If you do, you so lucky, cause I never let a broke nigga touch me. Boy, I know you wanna touch me. Tie me to the bed and fuck me. If you do, you so lucky, cause I never let a broke nigga touch me. Sometimes I like to get nasty. Eat the dick up, he ain't gotta ask me. Pull my hair, smack my ass, then grab me. If I give you this pussy, don't harass me. Skin butter pecan, got a nice tan. All the niggas going crazy over light skin. They wanna get up in my pants, got a nice stance. Come here, daddy, oh, you want a one night stand? You know it's wet like drip drop. You can hit this pussy in your flip flop. If you do, you so lucky, cause I never let a broke nigga touch me. Boy, I know you wanna touch me. Tie me to the bed and fuck me. If you do, you so lucky, cause I never let a broke nigga touch me. Boy, I know you wanna touch me. Tie me to the bed and fuck me. If you do, you so lucky, cause I never let a broke nigga touch me. and shit. Popping off out they mouth like I won't handle shit. Straight up pull up on you, smoke you like a cancer stick. My niggas itching for a reason just to cancel shit. Run up on me, you a dumb bitch and a dumb bitch. Hope you bitches hungry cause the 40 got a drumstick. Pretty red bitch, dumb stick on some dumb shit. Certified press, don't give a fuck about where you from, bitch. Tired of sparing you hoes, you bitches need to pay up. I be getting to the bag and all you do is lay up. You be paying niggas bills when these niggas pay us. Beat your face real good and I ain't talking makeup, bitch. I ain't fucking with you op hoes. Okay, so it's on sight when I see you, bitch, I'm at your neck. Ain't no copping please either or no ducking wreck. Get out of line, it's a must, you get fucking checked. And I ain't gotta lift a finger slimmer up the tech. You niggas mad broke, flossing on another nigga shit. Bragging on your homeboy, on another nigga dick. So flow, so your whole flaw, she a whole op, so hot. Keep her old Glock, she get cold clocks. Bad bitch, I ain't that bitch, I'm a savage. The last bitch, she was acting, I let her have it. The mask it, light her ass up, I go back shit, I blast shit. Acrobatic, I make you backflip. I ain't fucking with you, I'm hoes. I ain't fucking with you, I'm hoes. I ain't fucking with you, I'm hoes. Nah, I ain't fucking with you, I'm hoes.
Dude, y'all, this your boy King Eric the Great from Off the Cuff Radio, letting y'all know that Cocaine's new album titled Finger Roll is available now at www.buddyboyentertainment.com. Finger Roll, Music for the Soul, which is produced in its entirety by West Coast Stone, contains 18 tracks of soulful, funky, gangster sounds with a 70s, 80s, and 90s vibe. It includes hit singles such as Do It Coca, I'm So Hood, Daddy's Like Daughter, and Doodoo Heads, with features from recording artists such as his daughter, Anisha Long, Gift Goody from Goody Mob, and Boosie Collins. Digital copies and physical copies of the album can now be purchased at the Buddy Boy website at www.buddyboymusic.com. Ladies, are you tired of your man acting up? Are you tired of your needs no longer being satisfied? Wait no longer, because you now have a chance to order your own personal super simp. That's right, ladies. For $29.99 a day, your super simp will grant any wish of your command. If you need your rent paid, he got it. If you need your car payments paid, he got it. If you need someone to watch your kids while you go out with your girls, he got it. If you need your weed scrub and your toes done every weekend, he got it. If your kids need lunch money for the week, he got it. So, for only $29.99 a day, ladies, Super Simp will fulfill all of those Disney fantasies you've been waiting to relive. Just log into www.findmeasimp.com and you will receive more details.
What's the deal, y'all? This your boy King Eric the Great, a.k.a. Red Capo, and you're not tuned in at the live show on Friday night, sponsored by Da Vinci Clothing and Buddy Boy Entertainment, Off the Cuff Radio. I got my man T-Max with the facts on right now.
What it do, another Friday night. And King, before we get started tonight, I got to shout out my hometown. As you all or may not have known, Virginia Beach Municipal Center, we had a mass shooting today. 6 are in the hospital, 11 casualties. It's, as far as I know, the first of its kind in this area, for a mass shooting. So I want to send our thoughts and prayers to all the families and those involved. You know, we VA strong always.
Most definitely. Yeah, we definitely want to send out condolences to the families, all the loved ones, and the city of Virginia. It's a fortune tragedy, and we send our prayers and thoughts out.
Definitely. But you know, King, as you know, another Friday night of some fresh to deafness. You know, there's no easy way to segue, but you know, we're gonna have fun as always, and we're gonna turn it up. Bringing it, up one. And King, go ahead and tell our listeners about the lovely, lovely young lady that we have tonight gracing our presence on the airwaves.
Most definitely will, man. And people have already hit me on the line like, nigga, what is up with that commercial you just aired? It's the summertime, ladies. Y'all better find y'all super simp.
We diversifying the brand. Simp, look, we sent the simps are snooping. We got the simps snooping everywhere.
You ain't lying. And I'm thinking they're gonna be snooping hard when we introduce this guest tonight. And I'm gonna give her a formal intro right here. Tonight's guest, she's heavily on the grind in the MIA scene, putting it down, block from block, from town to town. She's everywhere. You look on her IG, she's on it 24 hours while y'all sleeping. She's working. And here right now to chop it up with the team, we got So Unique in the building right now. So Unique 954.
I'm here. What's up?
What's
what
good?
It
What's
do?
good? Hold
what
up, now we're going to give you that round of ovation for the chop it up with the team.
Thank you. Thank you.
We put some respect on your name. We put some respect on the flow of the scene. What's goody with you?
What's up? What's going on? Chilling.
Lounging. Look, Miss So Unique, it's T-Max and VA. Look, we were trying to find some of those, like, you know, those old Tex Avery cartoons where they got the hound dogs and the wolves howling along with the claws and shit. We were trying to find that too, but we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So look, we know you that bronze brown beauty from the Sunshine State of the MIA, keeping it real all day. I was gonna shout out a 305, but apparently you from the 954. So yeah, man, it's great. It's great to have you with us.
South Florida in the building.
Definitely. Now that's So Unique. We definitely got to find out your history because, you know, from Florida, especially the Miami area, you come from a very distinguished line of a lot of artists. Of course, you know, Two Live Crew comes to mind, most notably. Of course, people don't know about Play D, of course, DJ Magic Mike, you know, of course, most recently with Trina, you know, Jackie O, and I mean now, you know, Trick Daddy among others, you know, Slip and Slide Records, Rick Ross, you know, now, you know, you've added your name to those lists of, you know, Florida fabulous luminaries. So what's going on, and tell us about, you know, a little bit about yourself, how you got started from past to present and future.
Well, it all got started when I was a kid. My dad actually does music, so you know what I'm saying. He wasn't really in my life, but my mom used to tell me that he did music, so that kind of like stuck with me. I guess it made me want to do music. I've been writing songs ever since I was a kid. Always trying to remix somebody like Missy Elliott and all that. When that was coming out, I was always trying to remix somebody's song. So I just always been like writing music.
Right.
And then as I got older, people kept telling me I was good at it. So, you know, I got serious about it, got tied up in a couple of contracts with a couple of different labels for a while. Couldn't really come out with nothing. And now I'm like free and on my own. I'm independent now. So I'm grinding.
That's what it is. Now, when you say you were with some labels, now were these, and of course on Off the Cuff, we are never about chatty patty, you know, chitter chatter, you know, trying to be a tabloid talk on the, you know, craft conversation. We always want to keep it real and respectful to our guests. So were these local labels that you were affiliated with or major labels?
Right, it was local labels, Flatline.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so in terms of you actually starting on, you know, your hustle, because not only are you an amazingly attractive young lady, but you're also an amazingly attractive young lady with an awesome gift for being an artist. You know, of course, you know, King, you know, always lets us know, who our guest is, and of course, do my little homework going on your IG, and everything. And I mean, you've been putting in some work, most definitely. What did you find in terms of making this your endeavor for what you were going to do? Some of the challenges that you had to overcome, or that you met and were still overcoming, going into the game.
I am still trying to overcome challenges right now. Just trying to dealing with men in the industry. That's just one of my main challenges, because it's hard to keep y'all focused on the right things. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with guys is the main challenge in the industry, being a woman.
Right.
Yeah. So
definitely
trying to keep y'all focused.
Yeah, that comes along with the challenges. That comes along with the challenges because you got to fight to be taken more serious with your craft.
Right.
Now, in terms of what would be your era of influence in terms of a lot of the artists who pretty much really gave you that inspiration as you went along? Because as I said, of course, going back with 2 Live Crew, Clay D, and Magic Mike, those are some of the older artists that were going back to the 80s and 90s era. Of course, Trina, Jackie O, Trick Daddy, of course, Rick Ross, from of course, Slip and Slide. I'm reiterating, Slip and Slide Records, and all that. That came, later on down the line. Of course, Camouflage, Rest in Peace, was another, Miami rapper. In terms of who really was some artists that you pretty much emulated your style after coming up?
Back in the day, I really don't listen to. I try not to be influenced by people now. I don't really listen to the radio or nothing like that. But back in the days, it was Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, Trina, Eve, and those artists right there. That was inspiring me.
Definitely. What would you say the independent scene, in the Miami area is known? Because one thing about it is that, and we have to, of course, on Off the Cuff Radio, we want to shout out, everybody, down in the dirty, down in Florida, man, because y'all gave us some all-time great party hits. But I also said that to say, too, that in terms of some of the songs where Miami has been basically known as the 808 state, sometimes there is always, y'all have always been overlooked for not having the depth of really, really being able to be, well-rounded in terms of your whole contributions to hip-hop. Do you find yourself in the game right now still fighting that stereotype of, basically, as you said, about the pretty girl whom everybody thinks should be in the video rather than the one who is rapping in the video and actually doing it well?
I just try to stay focused on me mainly. I don't really focus on what other people think or what they're doing. I just stay focused on me.
Definitely.
That's how I do that.
Understood. And of course, I'd be remiss without mentioning the City Girls. How is that pretty much? Because Miami is kind of from the female side of music, kind of been laying low. How did the City Girls, of course, with Young Miami and JT, has that somewhat revitalized to where women are being looked at more as being viable, talents in the area, or is it still a daily grind to keep showing that there's more, to offer out there?
It's still definitely a daily grind for me, trying to get myself out there. You know what I'm saying? And a person like me that's passionate about my music, the City Girls really don't like that. That's just rah-rah shit, in my opinion.
Understood.
I'm really passionate about my music, so when you mention people like the City Girls, who Young Miami didn't even want to write me. I mean, JT, she cool, but Young Miami wasn't even a music artist. She didn't even want to do music, so it's and she's out there, so it's I'm really passionate about music, so I don't really look at that like, you feel me?
Right.
I listen to it, but I don't really support it like that.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, and going on talking about your music, the first thing I want to ask you, I'm jumping in there. This is King Eric right here. How did you get your name so unique? Like, how did you get that name? Choose that as your stage name.
I got so unique by my real name. My real name is Ravinia. So anytime I tell people my real name, Ravinia, they be like, oh, that's so unique. And then certain people say that about my character, like, oh, you're a very unique person. So that whole unique brand just stuck with me. At first, I was Miss Unique when I first started, and now I'm so unique.
You gotta have
Definitely.
a stage name to stand out, because everybody come in with the little name and the young name, and you just see a lot of weirdo names going on in the game right now. So
yeah,
yours will
I was
stand
thinking
out.
about my name at one point, but I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm so unique, and you gonna say that when you meet me, when you hear my music, it's just like, it is what it is. I am what I am. I'm so unique. You feel me?
Definitely. And one thing about it, in terms of coming in the game, for yourself, you always find that, there's always got to be that hook. Your name definitely, grabs the listener's attention. So in terms of, from when you first started your projects, what was your writing process like, finding the right producers and all of that, in terms of really putting it together to, just really, bringing it all from what your vision was to really streamlining it?
My whole writing process is just like, I just find a beat that just make me move, and that's how I write. I write when I'm in the car driving, when I'm in the shower. I just listen to beats all day and just come up with different stuff. I dance to the music, see how it makes me feel. Half the times I don't even remember the name of the producers because I write all day, every day. I go on YouTube, I find beats, I just lease them or purchase them flat out. I'm like a real live music artist. Really artist. I do this every day. Listening to random beats, random producers and stuff like that.
See, that shows your creativity right there, because even as content creators, because I'm not a rapper, but I'm a content creator, sometimes we get those ideas and you even want to write it on napkins, or you want to write it on your hand. Because your idea just come like out of nowhere, and you just want to lose it.
Yeah. So when people ask me where my creativity comes from, I'll be like, well, I don't know where to pinpoint it at. It just comes out from our space. I don't know. Me being creative.
The thing about creativity is that it can just come like you could be sitting at the crib 3, 4 in the morning, and you could just see a weird infomercial come on, and you could just hear the beat up. And then next thing you know, you're like, hold up, let me call this producer. Let me go ahead and get this beat sample.
Exactly. That's exactly how it works. Yeah.
Look, that inspiration being ordered, when that imagination strike, when you got to go ahead and put that pen down and, put it, get them words written.
Right, and you're talking to somebody who has a really huge imagination. I not only write music, I direct I direct all my own videos. I direct movies.
Okay.
I do a lot of stuff. Write scripts, all that.
And one thing about it, is that go ahead, King.
Yeah, I was going to say, we definitely got to build off that about building videos, because I've seen some of your videos from, what I've been observing this week before we was doing this interview. And first of all, I noticed how impressive the visuals were. Like, you had them things looking like professionally shot. So how did you get that training and knowing the game behind doing that? Because shooting videos is not easy.
Well, actually, I don't shoot the video. I direct it. Like, it's the whole concept of the video is all my idea. I put all the, sceneries together and stuff like that. I hire a production company to actually film it.
Definitely. Now, Unique. Now, one thing about it, and we're loving having you on the show, because one thing I'm really getting the vibe from you is a young lady who's focused, who is so humble and hungry, and is resolved to take the her direction into her hands to really, bring about her interpretation into the art. Now, we've had many guests on our show. Shout out, to our boys up in the Bronx, New York, Trey Pizzi, and how in Japan, and they also directed their own videos. And one thing about it is, as King said, directing your videos is an art. If you could tell our listeners, because basically, especially with the advent of YouTube over the years, putting visuals out are important because it's like a job interview. And I think a lot of artists don't understand that. When people see the visuals, they want to see that it's professionally done and that, you actually have a concept behind it, because that's how you really, really are able to, get the fans. Take our listeners to, your tricks in terms of how you really go about trying to make sure that your visuals are on point for your songs, and how you go about procuring the proper production people for it.
Well, you asked a lot of questions in one area, but when it comes down to visuals, I just try to make sure I hire the right company. It's just all about hiring the right company to film your visuals. That's just it. And when it comes down to creating and directing, like as far as concept-wise, sometimes I can't come up with the concept for the video before I even write the song. I'll be like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm visualizing me doing in the video. So I write a song that go along with that. And sometimes I do it backwards. Sometimes I do it the other way. So that just goes back to my artistry again and my creativity.
Right.
So yeah.
Definitely.
That's the gift of being on the independent scenes, because when you're on the independent scene, you basically your own boss. You can control your own visuals.
Right.
You get to control your
like it that way.
You want to. Yeah, you want to. You don't have.
I hope I'll be able to keep it that way.
Unless they give you that $10 million deal.
Right. Then y'all can change
the options got to be good.
Right.
Now,
I'm actually working on a reality show too. I just finished doing the whole pilot. I'm so excited about it, like you have no idea.
Okay. So you looking to be a multimedia threat in terms of it, in reference to letting all of your fans know in terms of what a daily day is like, is so unique.
Exactly.
How do you, pretty much for a lot of it, because many artists are very reclusive in terms of keeping their personal life private, and some are very open about it. What gave you the idea to do a reality show to kind of give more of an insight as to what your everyday, existence is?
Because I want people to see that. I want people to see what I do on an everyday basis, and like how basically a woman is supposed to conduct themselves, or maybe in certain situations how you can handle them. I just want to help people. Like, that's it. That's what I want my show to do. I want y'all to see a family-oriented version, everything. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I got somebody talking to me in my ear over here. He kind of throwing me off. I was going to say stuff. But yeah, my reality show. I just want y'all to be able to see the background of what, like, a businesswoman. Everybody say they want to run a business until they actually start running one. So I want everybody to see the background of what a businesswoman actually go through. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And you really speak. Oh, go ahead, King.
Yeah, I'm saying definitely that's a visual that you would need to paint, because people think you can just walk in this business and just walk all over, eat good, and call the shots. It's a lot of dues to be paid, and there's a lot of toes you have to step on.
Right. I want them to see the background of what I'm going through in the music industry, the background of what I'm going through. Like, I run a business as well, a husband, I have a daughter, I got a lot going on. So, I mean, I'm open to share that with the world so they can see a different perspective from love and hip hop and all of that drama, you know?
Yeah. Now, I would say this, though. Now, if you leak some of that World Star footage, like, you know, somebody getting their head cracked, I need the first exclusive. I'm clout chasing.
I mean, that's going to happen because that do happen in people's day-to-day life. Sometimes people have to get a drink thrown at them or slapped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can still get back to the business. We need that. You know? Just want to show them.
Yeah, because I keep it buck. I'm saying as what the youngsters are saying. I'm clout chasing right now. I need that before World Star get their piece.
Now, one thing about it, Unique, is what you said really resonated because you talked about family as well because, you know, you are a wife, you are a mother, and an artist, and a businesswoman all at the same time, you know, and when you spoke about the levels of what it takes running your own business, you know, there are certain people out there, you know, who have talked about, you know, how businesses are ran and how, you know, and how everybody, you know, how they beat their chest about their entrepreneurs, but we don't necessarily see the fruits of the quote unquote trees of entrepreneurship that they planted.
Right.
And like King said, a lot of people really want to, and entrepreneurship is one of the sexiest things out there, but people don't understand what the discipline takes and, what it really means to really be about your business. How do you balance that in terms of keeping your professional and your personal life separate and not necessarily intertwining?
See, that's why you got to watch my show. I got to say something for the show.
Got you. Understood.
You're going to be able to see on my show how I balance everything.
Mhm.
I literally took 3 months out of my life to film my life for y'all, so y'all can see exactly what I do and how I balance it. I got to leave something for y'all for the show, so make sure you do
Not a problem. Not a problem.
You ain't gonna get to see everything.
So, are you talking to any like distributors about the show? Like, is it going to be on VH1? Is it going to YouTube?
We're working on that right now. That's in the works. We're doing contracts and everything right now. So, y'all will definitely know soon. Stay
That's what it is.
Instagram. You know, I'm going to put it on blast right away at So Unique 954. Stay tuned.
That's what it is. Look, you just all right, so in terms of the next level for world... Oh, go ahead, King. No,
go ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, so in terms of you dominating the game from a lot of levels, Miss Unique, who are some of the artists that you hope to work with in terms of really, getting that full steam ahead? What collaborations would you really, just love to do?
I would like to work with Chance the Rapper. Drake.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar, of course.
Okay.
And some Miami people I definitely want to work with. Trick Daddy. That's my dog. I haven't worked with him yet. I definitely want to work with him.
Man.
I love me some Trina. Definitely got to work with her.
Yeah, man. But when you think about it,
there's a lot of people out there I can name that I really want to work with. I can go down the list. For real.
Man, look, you definitely you're naming some of in terms of from the Chi-Town to California, back to the flow, back to the the Sunshine State, man. I mean, you're naming legendary luminaries. So definitely something we I mean, I can see it happening. We can see that happening down the line. But you said Trick Daddy especially. What was his impact, of course, when you first heard him? Because, of course, he first had his album, based on a true story. And then, of course, his breakthrough came with www.thug.com. But what was it like for y'all when that first really, when that first wave with him and Trina, in the, in the '90s, late '90s, when that really hit? What was that like to really see that take off for them? And you, at the time, being a fan.
That was really big for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And that was definitely an inspiration for all the artists down this way. When they came out, they had everybody lit and crunk and just wanting to dance and all that.
Man, look, it's funny because when you listen to that era, and a lot of people, New York during that time was still, running it. Of course, Rockefeller, Cash Money, of course, had made their way in. No Limit was still doing their thing. But to see that whole slip and slide, because after 2 Live Crew kind of had their run, Miami was a bit quiet for a minute, but to see that come back and to birth artists such as yourself, when I first heard Nan, and I say this in the most lovingly affectionate way possible, that was the most ignorant, crunkest, just wildness kind of, and I loved every.
Right.
I was like, it's a party. I'm like, this is what hip-hop is supposed to sound like when we're having fun with it.
Right.
But at the same time, in all seriousness, I don't think a lot of people really knew in terms of that movement, that would come. Of course, 69 Boys in Florida, when they did Tootsie Roll and all that, you had This and That, too.
Mm-hmm.
So you all have always been known for being, where the party goes down.
Right.
From where you're from, Miami, there's so much history, Cocaine Cowboys, from TV show Miami Vice. What was it like growing up in Miami in terms of what we saw on TV and the documentaries, and then, of course, your real life?
Hello?
Hello, King. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on, I'm going to have her try to call back.
Okay, understood. All right, this is Off the Cuff Radio, sponsored by Da Vinci Clothing and Buddy Boy Entertainment. Call number is 1-619-924-0703. We are on the air live and direct with the most marvelous missus from Miami, So Unique. She is our guest right now. We lost connection with her for a minute on the queue. We're going to try to get her back on despite the technical difficulties and everything. So while we're waiting, King, so King, apparently your boy may have been keeping it a bit too real out there.
Who kept it a bit real?
Lil Durk.
We're gonna get to that after we bring back our guest, because she's back on the line right now.
Okay, she's back. All right, Miss Unique, you back with us?
I'm back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. So I was asking about.
I think my earring broke.
It's all good. Yeah. So So in terms of what I was asking about, what we've seen on the with the biographies, the documentaries, TV shows about Miami. What was Miami like for you growing up in terms of what you saw and what we've seen on TV, and what was the reality of it?
I never really seen the documentary, but first off, I wasn't born in Miami. I was born in Broward County.
Broward County,
I was
okay.
born in Chicago. Came down to Broward County when I was like 5, 6 years old. So I was raised in Broward County, Florida.
Okay.
So when you think about that, you think about Kodak Black Kodak Black area. Kodak Black.
Right. Right.
Broward County.
Understood.
So,
what was it? Yeah, go ahead.
What was it like growing up here? I just said it was rough. It was regular street life. Like, I don't know if it was New York rough, but it was rough just growing up. But my mom was a single parent. My dad lived in Chicago. My mom lived down here in Broward County. She raised two daughters by herself. I ran away when I was like 14.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Do you think a lot of times with some artists that they try to embellish all of the, elements of the street life without necessarily being truthful about the struggles and the hardships that come, on the concrete turf in terms of really what goes on? Do you think there's some artists who basically just try to sell the story rather than really tell the real tales of what they've endured? Mm-hmm.
Of course. There's definitely artists out there that do that. I mean, you see the music industry as like a business move.
And in terms of your time, go ahead.
No, I was just putting it out there. I'm not one of those artists. Like, everything I rap about is what I've been through and stuff like that.
Definitely. Now, with you running away from it at a young age, was that just a situation where was it more or less just kind of you at a young age, just kind of trying to find your own identity, and you felt you needed that time away, or was there some situations that kind of hastened, your exit in terms of what you felt was going on at the time?
That was just me being young, and plus my mom, she was really annoying when I was younger, so I just ran away from that.
Typical teenage
overly
shit.
Annoying. Yeah.
Right. Typical teenage shit. We've all been through it, where we, where we're growing up and we, is when we're youth, we feel like our parents don't know everything, and a lot of times, while they know a lot, they don't necessarily know what is unique to our experience growing up. So I can understand, at that time you felt like maybe this was, you needed your time for you to really kind of understand the emotions and everything that you were, dealing with. That's really, that's something, because a lot of people really want to, talk about something that is that personal in reference to, their, adolescent experience in terms of, those bumps in the road and such. We're humbled, we're appreciative of that type of honesty. We're very humbled by that. So,
no problem.
Yeah. So in reference to the music game, an artist, as you have seen, because you talked about how a lot of artists don't necessarily talk about what they really live, and of course, you being in the game, who are some of the artists that you've had a chance to directly interact with over your career, just in whether collaborations or just conversations or what have you?
Flow Rider, T-Pain, Pleasure P, I've done a song with him. That's mainly it. I could name a couple more. I just can't think of it right now.
Understood.
But those just name a few. T-Pain, Flow Rider.
Now, in terms of the Pleasure P collaboration, how did that come about?
I actually met him at a strip club, and we was like chopping it up about music and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yo, in the studio one day," and then we did it. And I had a song that was ready, actually, with a hook and all. And I just made him sing the hook over, and and that's how that came about.
It's funny you say a strip club, girls in Cali. and she always like, that's my buddy, and we always chopped it up. She was like, anytime you want to close a deal, the best place to do it is in a strip club. She's like, I lie to you not.
Nah, seriously. You be in the zone, music, feeling good in a nice environment, booty all around.
Yeah, man.
It's a good time to talk about getting some work done.
Yeah, but it's something about seeing gorgeous gyrations of all types of beautiful women of exotic ethnicities all around. It just puts everybody at ease. I can't imagine anybody being mad around that. I really can't.
Right.
Look. We know one thing about y'all in reference, to the party music. Y'all are the some people Atlanta may want to claim that they're the kings of the strip club culture. Now, do they have that title, or does Florida have it? Y'all, who has it like that?
I would definitely say Florida has it. We got the best strip clubs down here, biggest and the best.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we got that
title. Undisputed. But I look. Back when I was a kid, always, because I tell anybody from east to west coast, worldwide, no matter what you do, if you got something down there where you live that everybody outside your state knows about, like back in the day when I was coming up, there was Club Rolex, and that was that was like the spot. Like, I was a youngin' back then, but Rolex was like, that was, and of course Luke made that famous, but that was like, Rolex was like the spot you had to go if you were down in Florida. Just like Atlanta has Magic City.
It still is the spot.
And look, cause I'm older, so that's like, Rolex was jumping when I was like in daggone like middle school. So that's almost 30 years ago.
It's called Climax
so
now. It just changed the name. It's called Climax.
Got you. But everybody still know it is Rolex.
Right.
Man, you know your club gotta just be, man. Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
Had to bum rush y'all for a bit, man. My bad. And I had to check on the pizza, man. Yeah, he was short with my chain.
It's all good, man.
Man.
We were talking about the strip club nostalgia, man. We were talking about Rolex and how even after 30 years, that place still got the title, even though they changed the name.
Mm-hmm.
So the club scenes are still bumping, because you can't really tell with the social media era going on. Everybody on their phones and stuff. Everybody think they cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the club scene is still popular in Miami. Oh yeah, definitely.
Shoot.
Miami don't shut down. Miami don't ever shut down. We got 24-hour strip clubs. Like, it's crazy.
Man, they actually, but that's the thing, unique, because they actually call y'all New York South. Because
you better have a band on you. Better have a band on you just to come in on you.
Yeah, but how did Miami from as well, Broward County, Miami, as you started coming up, when did you really like understand how lit your city really was, and just what you really could bring to the music scene there?
What?
Like, when did it really hit you, like, your city, like, like, I'm really, like, in the place where it really goes down at?
I guess when I started partying on South Beach, maybe when I was, like, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When I started partying on South Beach, that's when I realized, it goes down in Miami. The club, like, every 2 feet, and all of them.
You should have rephrased it and been like, you should have rephrased it and been like, what was the moment where you was like, man, Miami is the shit. This is where it's gonna be at. That's how you gotta rephrase it.
Right. What he said.
I guess when I thought, I don't know, like, y'all asking me stuff. I live a street life. I ain't really party like that. My life was consisted of me making money for a long time.
Mhm.
So
but I was
partying
not only
wasn't like that. I was always grinding, making money.
Right.
See,
so
we also not only talking about Miami like in the club scene, because that's like basically the last part of what people go for. We talking about like as being a tourist, the food is nice, the restaurants, the beaches, the gorgeous women, and not to mention the big money making capital. People still making cake out there.
yeah.
And I know them taxes going up though.
So tell us about your first show that you ever got booked at, and what was that like?
My first show I ever got booked at. Oh man, my first show. Actually, I went on tour with T-Pain back in 2007. I opened up to him on a lot of those shows on the tour.
Wow. Okay.
Tour. So that was the first time I, started performing and all that. When I was a jit.
Right. And what was tour life like, in terms of the stories? Now, was this before you were married, or you were married
this
then?
was way before.
Got you.
That was crazy. Like, it really showed me a lot about the music industry and how it goes. And yeah, it was crazy.
We're seeing a lot of NDAs.
Because I was on the bus with them, I saw the groupies and how that from that aspect, and the girls, I saw everything. Like, I even saw the moment when T-Pain signed his contract with Akon. I saw the moment when his attitude changed as well. Like, he came from that humble guy to now that guy just signed with a label and he don't give a shit about nobody else around him no more. Like, really disowned us as friends.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw that side of it too. Like, disowned his family too. Like, it was a whole big thing. So I got to see a lot about the music industry throughout these years.
And it's funny because, and that's, definitely we're not on this show to slander anybody. Anything we do is always from legitimate.
I'm sorry. If my truth is
No. It's okay. No. It's all right. It's all right. No. I mean,
baby.
It's okay. No, I didn't mean you were slandering him. I didn't mean that. Do not take it like that. No, I don't mean it like that. Know what I was saying. But I was going to ask in terms of just when you talk about changes with people, because I wasn't going to just talk about him, but I was going to talk about an article that was written about him called The Sadness of T-Pain. This was about 3-4 years ago. Because when you talked about how he changed with attitude, but the article is also talking about how as him as an artist, how he wasn't, basically because he had his run for the time that he had, but he had felt humbled in the sense to the point he was not appreciated because everybody looked at him as being one-dimensional. And, when you see in terms of the game, with artists who have their run, but then do you think a lot of artists at times think that when they get on, that success is always going to be automatic to where they're on cruise control the rest of their career, where there isn't going to be any bumps in the road, and that they will never, fall off? Or never even, the music goes bad. It's just that they're people are just on to the next thing. What have you seen in that, in terms of how that happens?
Say the question one more time.
Okay.
That's why they call this man C-Match with the fact, man, because he be dropping a lot of game with the question.
Sometimes you feel me?
you gotta break it down sometimes, because it's Friday night. Cass is drinking a little bit, they partying a little bit.
He's lit right now.
You gotta loosen it up a little bit.
I heard all of what you said. Definitely. Just what was the question part?
Got you. How do you feel about artists who think that they're pretty much going to be on top forever, but don't understand that sometimes this game is very fleeting in its famousness, and that sometimes you can be forgotten in terms of it?
How do I feel about it? I mean, I just feel like to each its own. Like, I don't know. don't know how to feel about it.
I think the answer that you're probably looking for, it shows
right.
that you're willing to come into the game with more humility, because a lot of guys like that, they come in when they fall off. That's when their ego get hit. When them hits ain't coming on the chart no more, they start losing it. So when people come in with arrogance mixed with ego, it ain't really built to last. But yet,
oh yeah, definitely.
We feel it with that energy with you. When you chop it up with us, you building your empire from the ground up, and you rocking with anybody. So you got to be a people's person in this game.
You do.
Now, the situation with T-Pain, going to ask for any salacious tales or just any type of, scandalous or just shit talking or what have you. Was the situation with Payne after the label signing, because of course when he signed with Convict Music, that was pretty much, you could say, he had made it at the time, especially with Akon for what he was doing at the time. Was the situation with Payne a gradual was it a gradual erosion of the relationship that you and him had as friends, or was it a situation where it kind of was an instant separation?
It was instant. It was instant. Yeah. It was instant. It was crazy. It was like one day I was invited into the practice, the next day, like after he did that, it was like the practice was sealed off. Oh, nobody can come in. I'm like, what? Hell, like you've been around for the last year or so. Nigga, I bought you chicken wings when you was hungry and you ain't had no money. It's like, what? So, I just feel like being humble is really important.
Right.
And not losing yourself in this game, and always remembering where you come from. For real. Like for the last 2 years since I met my husband, I've been very, very, very well off. But you know what I do to myself sometimes? Sometimes I go back to the strip club and I actually sign in and I work just so I won't forget where I came from. And sometimes just to get music inspiration. So I can, you know what I'm saying, I throw myself back into that struggle that I was struggling with for all them years, 15 years I was in the strip club. I'm talking about 15 years, man. That's a long time. I was in the strip club 15 years. I was in there for like 11 years. Felt like 15. I was dancing since I was like 17.
But you know what though? The way the game is changing now, I wonder if they're gonna start giving pinches with strip clubs. Cause they put in a lot of work.
Man,
oh yeah, they need to. I wish I could make that happen for the dancers. Like, you have no idea. I wish I could put a 401k plan together for them. For real.
You be seeing dancers with arthritis trying to come up there with heels.
Oh Lord!
You know what I'm saying? They got to rub that. Especially the ones that try to come back. That was hot when we was in high school. They try to come back, and they rub that Bengay on and get back up there.
Look! It'd be like that old.
It ain't pretty.
Like Larry Holmes. Look, King, it'd be like that Larry Holmes all over again, except they way.
Be like Shorty from Players Club.
Like, well, fuck all y'all. But it's funny what you said about how you go back to never forget your roots, because it reminds me of a story when 50 wrote his Curtis album, and he said basically he went back to, like, he kind of stripped himself of the, necessities of glamour, and he rented out a small apartment that was barely furnished in the hood, because he said he wanted to put himself back in that state in terms of what it meant to be out on the streets. When we listen to certain artists as they do albums, we can sometimes see the difference in their music as they progress when they become, famous, when they get successful. Because when you're coming into the game, you're trying to get recognized. Then once the recognition comes, it's not as pertinent, to you personally, because you've already made a profit. So it's easy to forget about where you started and how to sustain that level of drive and ambition to keep going. And for you to, from your perspective of what you said about how you will go about it to make sure that you still keep that fire burning in terms of what you had to go through to get to where you are now. Because you said that with straight up like, I'm good now. Like, ain't no struggle here. But you still want to remember what it took in order for you to achieve what you have achieved.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Call number
definitely
9940703. You want to chop it up? It's so unique. 954. She in the building right now. We taking calls. We taking Cash App donations. We taking food stamps, ribs, chicken. You know what I mean? All that.
Look, wick, everything. Look. But we don't discriminate on any type of currency as long as it can be cashed in. Look, this is Off the Cuff Radio. We stay with it.
And I'm taking all them donations before the 12th because 45 is tripping with them trades. So we need all that right now. I ain't trying to get taxed.
Yeah, he dropped them tariffs.
This nigga
so
tripping.
Them tariffs and all
where
that.
are you guys from?
King, go ahead first.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from North Kakalaki, North Carolina.
Okay, and what about these other hosts?
Me, T-Mac,
Tell them where you from,
VA. VA, Southside Resida, 757, 2 up, 2 down, all around the town. That's where I'm around at. So, Hampton Roads, that's, stand up, that's what I rep.
I'm supposed to be coming to South Carolina soon for the BET experience.
Okay, King, she right near you.
What am I coming to California for? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm coming to California for a tour date. One of the tour dates I have.
Oh, you got to get that West Side love now. You hit that.
Yeah, man.
Got to hit up them Fat Burger and get them Golden State Warrior tickets.
So where in California?
Yeah,
so in terms of your impending tour, Unique, where are you going to be at out in California?
Sacramento.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be up in Northern California, 916. Okay. Definitely. Look, King, we gotta reach out to some of our people. We gotta reach out to our people up in Northern California. Make sure she's all right when she get out there.
Oh yeah, she gonna be good. What we gotta do is make that phone call. She's all right. She's family.
Yeah, man. We take care of our family on Off the Cuff. So we gotta, shout out to the West Coast, man. Of course with Uncle Cocaine. Badass, down in Sonoma and Long Beach, respectively. Of course, up in Northern California, we got Richie Rich, and of course, DJ King Assassin, repping the Bay, so, we stay connected out there. So, yeah, man. Shout out to our West Coast support, man. We really appreciate and love y'all so much.
So going back to your music, which is like the cornerstone of the show for the night. How's your new single doing?
My new single, Brown Bag. Hold up, y'all didn't play Brown Bag. Y'all
we play
Touch
Brown
Me.
Bag, yeah. Touch Me.
That's
How's
Touch
that
Me.
doing right now? We didn't get the exclusive just
Touch
yet.
Me is doing good. Touch Me is doing real good. Got it on a couple of radio stations. Yeah, like Northern Florida, Port St. Lucie. Like they getting on it. It's moving.
And that's the importance behind having a solid team behind you, because you have that solid team, they can make them records push.
Definitely. I got this one radio station, 91.1, behind me, like all A1, Jumpin' Joe. I'm his main artist on this website and for his radio station. And he cover a lot of Northern Florida. WJFP 91.1.
That's the key.
Definitely not.
Build relationships with those certain programs. Because networking go a key role in making people career either go for or it makes them flop. because the networking skills play a heavy role.
Definitely. Do y'all know any other South Florida female artists besides Trina and I? Of course, that was a question.
Again? What's up?
Do you guys know any other South Florida female artists besides Trina and I?
Jackie O, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much, in terms of anybody outside of them, you know, that is really, you know, of course, City Girls, you know, in terms of them coming up. But in reference to any artists who have really, like, you know, who have really made that, like, headline, you would probably know more about that than we would, you know, in terms of that. But that's something where, but in terms of anybody new, if you want to know if anybody new that I've heard of, I have not. And it's funny because when you look at how hip-hop has ran over the past few years, you know, when we look at where the market has gone in terms of the down south and everything, because that was pretty much where that mid-2000s market really opened up, it kind of cornered it to the degree that while a lot of artists coming out of the South were good, I think it kind of constricted the notoriety for a lot of artists from a lot of other places that were probably just as good or better. You know, I think it is core. Go ahead, King.
It imbalanced the structure just by the way just by the way the game is correlated right now, where there's not as many outlets as it was before. So people, it all depends on your grind and it depends on how hard you work and how you get noticed. Cause it's probably like millions of them coming up, but a lot of them don't have the drive.
Definitely. You know, but when we look at a lot of artists that come out, you know, especially, and it's hard, and it's so hard for female artists to get on because, you know, sex sells. And I think as adults and as connoisseurs of the culture, as all of us sitting here, you know, having this conversation, I think we all know it. You know, you talked earlier about, you know, how, and you're not just a pretty face who can't spit. You are a pretty face that's got lyrics, you know, so, you know, like you said, the challenge for you, Unique, has always been trying to get everybody to look past, basically you bring the heat in the building when you walk through, so everybody's already going to start, just like, woo, it just got a little warm in here because this hotness just walked through the door. You know, so, but there's more to you besides that. And I think that's the most important that people have to understand. You know, for a lot of female artists, you know, I've always been a proponent of, you know, if you got skills, you got skills. You know, no matter where you're from or what you look like. But unfortunately, when we look at the business of it, the business is about what's readily marketed. And here we are in the year 2019. You know, we take it back some years ago to Lauryn Hill. You know, when she dropped her album, and you know, hip hop was in a whole different place back then, in the mid to late 90s. Of course, where you had artists like Bahamadia. You know, you had the Daily Venoms. You know, you had Lauren. You know. MC Light was still doing her thing. Queen Latifah was still active, you know. So it was still the paradigm of where it was and how it was marketed was totally different than what it is now. You know, and but as we've seen the game evolve, there's going to be an inevitable shift in terms of how the music is marketed. You know, and do I agree with everything in terms of how it's being promoted now? Not necessarily, but I don't hate it either. But I do think there should still keep the core of, you know, letting, you know, young ladies such as yourself, you know, show everybody that there is more to you. You know, and that's why we're so humbled to have you on our show, because we want our listeners to get to know more about you in depth in terms of who you are as an artist, as a woman, and what your creative drive, motivates you to go to, and your aspirations, for your achievements, that you've already achieved, and what's the best yet to come for you. She got quiet on me, King. I hope
We didn't lose you, did we?
I'm here.
Okay, good. I was like, Blog Talk, y'all tripping right now, man. I know I talked a little smack earlier, but I'm my bad. We got to get this interview knocked out. Don't knock a nigga off their net.
So I wanted to ask you, Unique, about the Tatiana Blueface freestyle. How did that come about for you to do that?
Sure.
That was just a song that was hot at the moment, so did my thing.
Yeah, it sounds dope.
That's what I do
on the track. On the Blueface, that's my personal opinion, but you made it sound. You gave it rhythm. You gave it flow. That dude's style is weird. I'm sorry.
You saw the video?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
yeah. Matter of fact, I think my computer screen started having steam come out of it. I think it was that hot, yo.
Yeah, we had to.
He
said he had to refresh his joint. He had to refresh his joint 5 times to make it play.
Yeah,
man.
No, actually, my computer had a mind of its own. They put it on repeat automatically. I ain't have to do shit.
Yeah, that's what I do. I like that's how I started out doing music. Always remixing somebody's stuff and taking a beat and writing my own song to it. So that's just fun for me. I also did it to Big Old Freak too. Big Old Freak by Megan Thee Stallion. I did a freestyle on that too.
Definitely. Now, one thing about it is that you have an uncanny because it's one thing to be able to rhyme, but it's another thing to be able to rhyme over the beats, whether they are yours or somebody else's, that you have the knack for doing it. When you got into the game, who are some of the producers that you reached out to that really, really, really were really supportive in terms of helping you along?
Call the names out. Who knows? Oh, it's just you?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm saying none, but, yeah, a couple of producers did reach out. Rockmo, he's from Texas. Got HD, he's from Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Playboy from Baton Rouge, too. So, yeah, there's a couple of them that I can definitely name. Other than that, like I said, I get my beats off YouTube. Because, it's hard to really get in contact with the producers, the mainstream producers. So, I just get my beats on YouTube. And they be hot.
Now, one thing about it.
Producing, it's also a case of where you producing, and sometimes, you got to go, just like you were mentioning earlier in the game, you got to go through the favor for a favor stage with a lot of these producers. But if you being a woman, it's so. And they won't do things that you're not down with, so that makes the game harder. And then here's another challenge. Then you have people hitting you in the DM. I know this happens every day, saying they're engineer, saying they're a producer, and they ain't even produced one lick.
Yep.
So everybody becomes a musician overnight.
All day, every day.
Now, Unique, one thing me and King, we always talk about on there and off there is about the local scene in terms of the support. Now, out here in Virginia, for where I'm at, it's a challenge for a lot of artists really trying to get on in terms of really garnering the local support. And I always tell artists, and in any situation, you've got to be able to, how can I word this? When you're an artist in your area, your music it's always best when it's readily accepted by your area because that's where the home starts in terms of your home team support. But it's also that your music has to find its way outside of your area because that's where you can start traveling and, of course, doing shows. Shout out to China Vaughn, for giving us game on that as well, in terms of how you have to make those moves. In terms of where you have found your music going, really, being, moving along, which markets have you found outside of Florida that a great reception for?
Outside of Florida.
Or even in Florida, where it's really where it's really taken off in Florida.
Outside of Florida, I've had my music played, but it was all up the East Coast.
Okay.
North Carolina, South Carolina, this and that. Honestly, the way Broward County is set up, they don't support, my hometown don't support us until the outside support us. So once I get the outside people, outside of Broward County, I can even get Jacksonville to start supporting me, and then Broward County will start supporting me. That's just how it works.
Right.
It's weird. We're not like Atlanta. Atlanta support Atlanta artists, and they play Atlanta artists on the radio. Down here, they're not going to play a Broward County artist until Broward County artists get popular in Atlanta or popular anywhere outside of Broward County. That's just how it is. It's weird. With the support system down here in Broward and Miami.
And we've always talked about this on the air too, in terms of how it works, because Atlanta has had an infrastructure of music for over 30 years. So, and a lot of people, when you look at the different markets of how it is, New York, of course, is where hip-hop started. California, from Northern and Southern California, of course. Too Short, much respect to the legend. He is widely regarded as the godfather of Bay Area rap, which all the Bay Area rappers came from. Of course, in Southern, in L.A., Southern Los Angeles, Southern California. NWA were not the first rappers from, L.A., but they were the first rappers to really make it big. And then that brought, about the whole, they really brought in a new era of, that Southern California hip-hop from all the hoods. So that really kind of brought together. And of course, Atlanta, from Babyface and L.A. Reid, from the 80s. Of course, in the 90s, where you had, Jermaine Dupri, Dallas, TLC, Criss Cross, respectively. You had Kid Money and the Splat Pack. You had a lot of local artists. Monica would come along later. Of course, Usher. So you had a steady influx of artists that were coming in. And I guess I said all that to say, when you have a city that is constantly putting out artists and they're getting play, this really, making an impact in the game, that sets the foundation for everybody else to come behind. And of course, some places, they just don't have that market in terms of an artist established coming out and then artists that keep coming out after that artist. Of course, in Texas with Houston, the Ghetto Boys, Rap-A-Lot Records. Shout out to Jay Prince, OG Spook and everybody down there, K Reno in Houston. Pretty much they started the whole trend down there, and it just kept going from there. That will come about, of course, bringing about, DJ Screw, Chameleonaire, Paul Wall, UGK in Port Arthur, all of that. So I understand what you were saying about how, in Broward, about how, it's hard for artists to really get that play out there. You there with us, Unique?
You're distracting me.
There.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Had to make sure this.
You got quiet on it. I was hoping I did.
I think he wants to
introduce himself. Yeah, it was
I'm
real
sorry?
quiet here because I had to make sure there was no. I had to make sure it was quiet because I had to make sure there was no technical difficulty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to get cut off.
Right.
I'm back here. We back in the building. Off the cuff radio.
Yeah.
So unique.
Yeah, but definitely unique. I understand what you're saying about how it with Broward, how those challenges, and that's why I wanted to mention all of those different markets, because a lot of radio stations don't understand in terms of where everybody talks about why can't we get on? And I tell a lot of these DJs, and I'm gonna say it on the air, for all you DJs in your respective cities, no matter where you're from, if you got an artist that's dope, get behind them. This does not mean you have to play every artist, because not every artist is dope. But the artists that are legitimately hot, help them along. Give them that push.
They don't do that. They just charge you. Like, I got DJs down here. They're like, "Oh, give me $500. I'll play a song for 1 month. This and that." That's how our DJs are down here.
Unique, and that's so sad in terms of it, because back in the day when we were all coming up, the era we all came up in, payola was the 4-letter word, because this is before, of course, radio became corporate. So you had a lot of these independently ran radio stations, and the essence of the culture, the DJ by definition is supposed to break records. Back in the day, it was the DJ's job to find the hit that nobody knew about, and that's what is missing in the game today. It wasn't about money back in the day when it came to a hit song. If the shit was hot, you would just put it in the rotation and just see how it did, whether you, that's just how it was. But now, because everything has become corporate, there's a couple of DJs who shall remain nameless who we feel like are making a clown of the industry in terms of how they're acting, and, we won't say no names on this show, nor have we ever. But it's also a situation where they seem to gloat about the fact of they can do this big event and how they can get all these artists together, off of their name, but they don't help anybody else get on, but there's things about how they, they want money to put somebody on. And my thing is, no, you've lost touch with where you started from in terms of what this is supposed to be. This is about you knowing an artist has a gift and you're helping them along. But, but this has changed now, and I think that is something that we need to get away from in terms of the payola. But the problem is that I think some DJs have tried to monetize something off of where the tradition was not to monetize, but to make the culture, better, to really help it along, to bring about that marathon of, music that will move everybody. Money shouldn't be the motivation. Of course it is inevitably, but I still think, you should not have to pay $500 for a month just to get your shit played. No. Your shit is dope enough. It should just be on just because it's dope.
I'm glad you brought that to light about payola. I'm glad you brought payola, that topic, going, because that hinders a lot of artists from really getting out there. And everything is very relationship based. We even found that out doing radio.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes you got to come to a time where eventually you're going to be able to look. We're going to do us. We ain't sucking kneecaps and licking boots here. Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, and King's not lying, because one thing about had on this show, we've been blessed to have so many legends on our show. One thing about it on Off the Cuff is what we do, and shout out to our co-hosts who are here in spirit. Ill Artist Sandman, of course, Lady Chinchilla. Our hosts, past and present. We've dealt with a lot, so we understand your frustration. There was an artist from Atlanta. I won't say this artist's name, and he has and he has a heavy following on IG. You know what I'm saying? He's not at a quote unquote Jeezy or Gucci Mane level in terms of like everybody knowing who he is, but he's got a good buzz, and we reached out to him to do an interview, and he wanted to charge us $100.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he wanted us to he wanted us to give him $100 to do an interview. And one thing about it is that we're always going to be humble. We will always be respected, but there are just certain things we're not doing. And one thing about Off the Cuff, and when I would say it on the airwaves, we are all about real journalism, and journalism is compromised when you have to start paying for your interviews. That is not what we do here.
Right.
That is not what we do. Every guest that comes on our show, they have always, by the goodness of their heart, they've always extended to us, and prices have never been talked about for any of the. King, what show is this we're on now? Right around our 240th. Lord, the King done disappeared on me. We're right around 247 episodes, close to it. That's okay, though. He's handling biz. But we're right around 247 episodes. I came on a year and a half ago. But in all the years prior to me coming on and all the shows that he's done, he has never had to pay an artist to ever come on. And that's not what we do. But one thing I tell you, Unique, is when you get into a situation, I tell anybody this: when you're doing interviews or when you just start paying at certain levels. Go ahead, King. You're back in. Go ahead, jump in.
I had to interject on that situation. Pardon me, miss you, nigga. I had to interject on that one. We ain't paying you niggas shit.
Go ahead. Run with it.
Yeah. That's very passionate.
But yeah,
and that just goes to show you right there the dynamic that you're dealing with when you get in this business, because it's not really friendly. It's not friendly at all. And I even tell people when you're interacting with these people, don't look at them as fans. If you look at them as fans, they're gonna disappoint you.
And that's the one thing I think a lot of artists have to understand in terms of business, whether you are anybody that's involved in the culture, whether you are a journalist, whether you are an artist looking to work with one of your favorite legends, or journalists like ourselves who get to interview some of our favorite, artists, is that things are not always what they will seem. And you've been in the game, Unique, so you've seen a lot that goes on in terms of what, without mentioning any names, what's some of the worst situations you've seen with an artist in terms of when they got shook down on some business?
Niggas got shanked.
I don't know.
Shit, let that marinate.
That's why I
should let that marinate for a minute.
That's why I said no names, because we don't have to. We're not out to embarrass anybody, but we just wanted to get from your perspective as an artist.
She may have not witnessed. No stuff like that, and that's a good thing that she didn't. We don't want to see dudes get shanked out of their business. That's a great thing.
And then if you witness something like, and if you do witness something like that, you don't really want to recall it anyway.
Right. And not to mention, if you've seen it happen, you can learn from it, and you can avoid those certain people.
But
it's a good thing. It's a good thing that you didn't have to learn through that. You didn't have to go through that. You came in, from what I'm observing with this 2 hours of us talking, you came in with an already straight business demeanor, but at the same time, you can be very playful. You can be very shrewd with your business, but at the same time, you have a good compassion.
Right.
care for the people that you care for your team, you care for your family, and you got love for those who support you.
I do. It's true.
Now, if you and having a child, if your child thought about they wanted to be a rapper, what would you say?
If my child says you want to be a rapper,
yeah,
I would support her.
And in terms of giving her those jewels of wisdom that you've accumulated, what do you think for a lot of artists coming up who have children? What do you think the most important thing is that they could tell their children who want to follow in their footsteps doing music?
You might as well answer the question for me. You and you hit her in the phone.
T-Mac be hitting you. She be hitting you with 3 or 4 hitter quitters. that just makes them very informative. That's what when you are a walking hip hop encyclopedia in a good way. Sometimes you get that information and people can't process it too well.
Right.
There's some stuff he said I don't even know. I salute him on that.
For real. Nah, but it's cool.
And correlating with what's currently going on with you, do you have any any next videos you plan on shooting that we can be on look for? Because I subscribed to your channel today. You can check the Off the Cuff Radio. That was up. We subscribed to your channel today.
Okay. I do have stuff up and coming. I plan on shooting a video for Blackout and Brown Bag within like the next 2 weeks. So definitely got that.
Be on the lookout because when we get that nod, you're gonna see us showing that love. When you see that Off the Cuff Radio logo, and we see you that salute, that's us. So I'm gonna be on the lookout.
All right. I'm gonna have to subscribe back on y'all channel.
Yeah, we're gonna support that because that way when you hit platinum and everything, you can fly us out for lobster on your tab.
I got you.
You know what I mean? I got to get me and the team. We got to get our Grammy suits though.
For real.
Definitely. Look, we're gonna make sure. Look, and if they try to have some funny business, we're gonna have to bum rush the stage like ODB in '97 and be like, yo.
You know what? You reference to a lot of stuff from back in the day. You got to be born in like the 70s, right? 70s.
I mean, I'm 41. I'm 78.
Oh, 1978. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right. Because you referenced a lot to old school 90s hip hop.
He's only 19. We were gonna hit him with the Prodigy line. He's only 19, but his mind is old.
There you go again.
I was gonna say he's sporty right there. I was gonna say he's 19 years old.
I've been in terms of that's why being on this show has been such a rewarding and humbling experience, because when we get to talk to artists such as yourself and all of our other guests, we're able to really talk from a lot of levels, because one thing about it on the show, we've always, especially with us being an independent operation, we have nothing but love and respect for an independent hustle for our artists, for such as yourself and what you do. So we understand the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, the highs, the lows, the ins, the outs, the failures, the triumphs, the accomplishments, and the setbacks. So we identify with all aspects of what it means to be, self-sustained, and having your own movement. So we always reference a lot of things from over the years of seeing how artists, some comical and some serious, but it's always candid in terms of how we want to convey it. but definitely for, somebody such as yourself who has, made the transition, as you said, you used to dance, to being an artist, we know that was a big jump. But we know you didn't do it in terms of where, this was just something you just wanted to ride the wave because it was popular. You got into it because you actually love the music and you wanted to contribute to it. And for that, the culture is all the more richer for your sincere appreciation for what it represents and how you want to make your mark on it as well. And that's what makes hip-hop culture live forever.
She's doing a great job, too, because I looked at her on Instagram. You got about, 180,000 followers off the gate?
Yes, girl. So you got to reach.
Mhm.
And they constantly growing, correct?
Yeah, still growing. My Instagram was messed up for a couple of months. I couldn't follow nobody, so it made me look bougie.
Hey, Mom, Mom, you too. that happened to you too.
It did.
I thought it was just me.
Conspiracy.
I thought it was just. I thought it was just me too because. Yeah. It's been going on for a couple of months because I don't know what happened. It's like because I peeped out your page and I was trying to follow it, but this has been going on for a couple of months where, because we've had people we've been in touch with, so we've been trying. At least for me, I've been trying to follow their pages. But I, for some reason, and on my computer, on my PC, and on my tablet, and on my phone, it's like, it's like on my computer I can't do it at all. But on my phone, it's like it'll say follow, but then when I screen off it, it'll go back to follow again from where it's been following. I thought I was the only one having that problem. You got to hit that shit like 500 times before it actually will catch on.
And I bet y'all
I
people
actually
was
lost
like,
a
man,
couple
both
of
of y'all
a lot of supporters
both
that
of
way.
y'all all stuck up. And you know how people get nowadays. A nigga he catch feelings when he don't get a follow back. You know what I'm saying? He catch feelings. You can't follow me back now? I'm like, what, nigga?
I got cursed out by a lot of people.
And then, you know what? This is a great, and that's another question I wanted to ask you too, Unique. Because in reference to how the market has changed, how the marketing has changed in hip hop over the years. Because back in the day, the only interactions we really had with artists was watching the videos. We would see interviews. I mean, the only time you could even think about talking to an artist was if you had the money to actually book them, let alone if you were lucky enough to get backstage and holler at them. How do you feel has facilitated the efficiency in reference to artist interactions with their fans, and how has your experience on social media been in terms of interacting with your fans?
My interaction with my fans can get better because I work a lot, so it's hard for me to go on live all the time and do all that because I'm just not used to stuff like that. I'm used to living my life low key, so I'm not used to taking pictures all the time and being live and doing all that. But my interaction with my fans can definitely get better. But social media has definitely been an upgrade to that. Being able to get in contact with artists and stuff like that.
It's a big come up in the MySpace days and Black Planet days.
But I don't know if it's a good thing, though. I don't know if it's a good thing yet. It might have been a good thing to not be able to, because it makes you more exclusive that way. It's taken away from the exclusivity. I can't say the word exclusivity.
Well, it's the exclusivity. But I see what you're saying from that perspective because but what you said really resonates because of the context of what you said about how you're not always taking pictures and you work a lot. And I think a lot of people really don't understand that this is a business first and foremost in terms of what an artist does. Not everybody has that leisure time to go on and do live streaming from Dubai, in the Emirates or they're out of Wilshire and Beverly Hills, blowing a couple bags. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the majority of artists coming into the game who are not established are working class and are just trying to get it out there.
Right.
I think a lot of times social media for them, for some people, and this is directed to nobody in particular, but it's a general statement, is that a lot of people want to try to make it look like their life is lit when it really ain't. I mean, it's like, they, when we always talk on the show about how some of these artists out here talk about how they got their city on lock, this, that, and the other, but they can't sell out a show in the area, although, from when you look at their IGs, they'll try to give that impression, but when you look at it, it's like, they're not really doing anything. They're not doing no shows. It's none of that. All they do is just seem to stunt on the gram all day.
Right.
That gram, I tell you, that gram's the new cocaine, man. Niggas can't live without it.
It be calling them.
For real.
Those apps we call them. That's the new crack. People got to get their teeth in before the morning time. They don't even brush their teeth. They got to hit the gram first.
But it's funny, man, because. But the funny thing though is when. Go ahead, King.
I said, I was just saying that it is crazy.
But in terms of what you've seen, Unique, because we've seen a lot of artists, basically try to really, and we just see people in general on the gram. Do you see a lot of people, on the gram, and they don't have to be rappers or anything, but do you see them always trying to stunt like they doing this and that? But you be shaking their head like, motherfucker, I know the real you. Stop shamming.
Yeah, sometimes you see these people, and sometimes you see these people, like, the real them. I'm like, man, that nigga's flossing with his baby mama child support. Come on, man. You got to, we know what the deal is.
Do you think
about he clout chasing, man? I'm like, nah, man. Child support is clout chasing you.
But yeah, do you think we'll get back to that era of hip hop where you think it's going to be all about the lyrics and the music rather opposed to just trying to sell an image? Do you see hip hop going back to that?
No, I don't. Because of the way it's going now, it's just people accept anything now, so I don't see it going back to the way it was.
Mhm.
Shit,
I wish.
Dub, nigga.
I don't see it going back to the way it was. People will accept anything nowadays. Like, it is what it is. As long as you got a hot song, they're going to support it. So, they don't care who wrote it or whatever. You can put a puppet up there. You can have literally a puppet up there rapping the song. They'll support the puppet. So, it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, we look at a lot of the rappers over the past year and a half, like 6ix9ine and all the antics that he did online. We saw the situation with Stitches, when he was doing his thing, and both of them got humbled in different but very profound ways, because, look, when Stitches was talking, Stitches got crazy, and of course, Wack had that. Look, Wack 100 had to go ahead and show him why his name is Wack, and of course, what I'm saying with 6ix9ine,
they see these. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's a situation.
Go ahead.
See, when they see one person doing it or one artist do it, everybody want to see it. It's monkey see, monkey do.
Mhm.
Like they see it as, oh, this motherfucker, he got 2 million followers just doing this. I could get 3 doing this. And the antics get even more crazy. You see Tekashi doing his, so you got one dude, he going to be like, okay, I'm about to take me I'm going to take me a bottle of pills and some aspirin. I'm going to take a hammer and I'm going to crush it. Then after that, I'm going to roll it like a ball of cocaine. I'm going to sniff it. then I'm gonna get clout. It's crazy like that.
Mhm.
I'm about to drink some ammonia. Niggas be coming up with some crazy stuff.
Yep. Mhm.
I'm like, what are you trying to be? You trying to be an artist? You trying to be a member of Jackass?
Mm-mm.
I mean, people are just that attention starved these days. And then just like I made a post yesterday, I was like, man, I wish it would just go back to what people just focus on the music, man. Let the music tell the story.
Mhm.
I don't want to see.
I think social media kind of killing the hip hop game and all. Like social media, I think it's all social media fault.
Yeah, man, it's a trip because you see the people that you think was solid ain't solid no more.
Mhm.
And it goes to what you were saying. I think it killed the mystique because when people get ideas back then, they would just hit the studio, write the song, and you won't even hear it till the album drop or when they release a single. Now, a nigga just go live, pour his heart out. It's made people lazy too.
Yeah. Definitely.
So the moral of the story is making people lazy, it's making people ignorant. It made the game look more like a circus because you notice a lot of the legitimate artists, you don't see them doing that. You don't see Beyonce doing that. You don't see Jay doing that. You don't see him doing that. They just
right.
don't see
I've had
it.
people hit me up.
Oh, go ahead.
I have had people hit me up saying that, oh, I need to like create fake beef with this and that person to build my followers up and this and that. And I'm just like, I'm not on that. I'm not no clout chaser like that. Like if people don't just like my music and just like me, then they just gonna have to like somebody else. Like I'm straight.
Yeah, because that's another issue that you probably got to deal with too. Is you got to deal with people, probably handlers and probably management. They'll probably be like, hey, check this out, Unique. If you want to go ahead and get some more attention, say this about this artist in the interview. That'll get you that attention out there. Like, go ahead and say Cardi B garbage. Get that clout up there. And you don't even know the girl. You never even had a conversation with her.
Right.
But
they would do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know that. I ain't no clout chasing female. I ain't no clout chasing type of music artist. Although that do work for other artists. I don't do clout chasing, man. I don't do that.
And we off that. We don't need. I'm like, you too talented to even do that anyway. Ain't no saying that no situation you handle where people gonna clout chase off you. You just be like an elephant and just smash the ant. That's the way you got. That's the way you did that situation. But nevertheless, we see you with the movement going. We salute what you do. It's good. It's positive. It's good male entertainment. It's good male entertainment for us.
Yeah, that's a brand.
And most importantly, your music is good too. Because we hear a lot of whack chicks. They fine, but they can't rap. I can tell you the student of the game.
Okay, 2 things, but I don't. I'm on an interview. I'm sorry.
You good? You good? And see, that's what makes it stand out. And that's why it was good for you to chop it up with us tonight.
For sure. This is the longest I've ever been on the phone. I ain't no phone type of chick. I'm going to just send a text.
It's the energy. It's energy. You got to have that energy because
what it is with our show is named Off the Cuff for a reason. It's off the cuff. I don't have any scripts. I'm just asking you this stuff off the head. Everything is like a barbershop. Like, we don't want to have like a standard interview. We want to just join in and be like a barbershop or cipher where you just chopping it up with us and just talking. We ain't want to, when people say interview, we don't want to make it like an interview, because, you know, interviews, when people say interview, you're just thinking long, dreaded, dry questions. We ain't like that.
One thing we're doing, you know, with a show like ours, that we want to really get to know the person, you know, because, you know, after all the glamour, the glitz, you know, the celebrity and the fame, you know, at the end of the day, an artist is a person. Treat our guests as such, to really just talk to them about, you know, their daily routines, you know, what inspires them in terms of how they go with it, and their creative process, or anything that comes to mind in terms of, you know, what's relevant. We always want to stay respectful and never rash it. You know, we always want to make our guests feel comfortable, and we hope tonight that we've, you know, achieved that with you gracing us with your presence. We really appreciate having you on.
I appreciate you guys for having me on.
And I have to say that we must have done a good thing for you to stay on the phone with us this long, because you say you're not a phone type person.
She said that with certainty.
Let's show you.
Nope.
Let's show you right there that we hit. Let's show you right there that this was a good interview here. That's a good sign.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, I would have been hung up. Be like, oh, somebody call him out of the line. I'll call you back. I gotta go.
Even if it's an interview. Even if it's an interview.
Even if it's an interview, it gets too boring. I'll be like, oh, the phone died.
Oh man.
Oh man, look, she be like, look, when she said
you'll
no,
tell your manager and be like,
going to pre-sun commercial.
Man, wrap this up. I got a show to do. I got to make up an excuse and not talk to these people or interview this guy.
Okay. But y'all good, though. Y'all good. I like y'all.
Look, we like you, too. We appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
That's what's up.
All right. So in terms of what you got coming next, you've already talked about the video projects you have coming. In terms of, do you have any full-length mixtapes, independent LPs coming on the way, or are you just going to kind of keep going on the trajectory that you are right now in terms of just, you know, just working as you are at the moment?
He is so funny, but I like him. He like to ask 10 questions in one question. Okay, so I do have an EP coming up. It's called Bet It All on Red. That's my album.
Okay.
EP is an album, right? EP is an album. I have an album coming up, Bet It All on Red. I don't have a date yet, but you will know if you just stay tuned on my Instagram at SoYouNeed954.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, you going to come with one of them fancy trailers? You going to come with one of them fancy trailers?
Man, I tell you, I'm gonna have the best introduction you ever seen to my album, and of course, I'm gonna direct it. It's all my idea. I'm gonna have an introduction video that's like crazy out of this world.
Okay, until you said you were gonna direct it, and we know it's gonna be good with you directing, but I was gonna be like, because I saw your magazine cover you had, and I was like, I saw Eve Rivera up there, and I was like, wait a minute, she's in the same magazine with Eve Rivera? Okay, this is huge.
Mhm.
I've been an E fan for a couple of years. Especially him doing video directing, for Rick Ross, and also he's done some work on Power over the past year and a half as well. So Eve has been doing some big things. But yeah, man. But I was like,
but this thing I'm gonna make a bad prediction. I'm gonna make a bad prediction right here.
What's that?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so all right, Unique. So you're gonna tell us you're gonna have like that whole panoramic, like major 1080.
It's gonna shatter the light
sound, just you know what I'm saying, that big swooping, like woof, just Your name all up in lights and everything. Like that big, magnificent, spandiferous presentation.
I don't know if it's going to be like that, but it's really going to be creative. I'm going to find a creative way to introduce my album.
Well, look, once you get that, once you roll that album out, you know what I'm saying, you know we got to have you back on because we know what it's like in terms of, you know, from just us being, you know, students and connoisseurs of the culture. We understand what it's like in terms of an artist going through what they got to do to, you know, put their product out from writing an album. So we want to have you back on to take us through that journey of what it was for you to finally gather.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was and the vast prediction I'm gonna make that when this trailer drops, we're looking at headlines. We're gonna shatter that like button on Instagram. Instagram will have to refresh itself 4 or 5 times.
Hopefully it'll get our shit. Hopefully it'll get our shit right again because my Instagram's still acting up. I'm like, come on now.
Man,
so we gotta get
y'all to come back.
Y'all already getting that, and both of y'all already getting that hate anyway. Oh, you ain't following me now.
When my Instagram started acting up, I felt like somebody out there was trying to stop my bag. I'm like, what is this?
Look, when somebody started messing with mine. I'm like, wait a minute, all these people I'm trying to follow, and I can't follow them now. So, yeah.
Now you know what it is, man. They taxing us, man. So they looking at the traffic that you probably going to possibly generate, and they want to control
I already
that.
can't do the hashtag, like when you do a hashtag and you know how you go. I can't even do that. I'm like blocked from hashtagging for some reason. Like, what is this?
Wait a minute. They blocked your hat. You know what? Okay, this is a problem, man. Yeah,
I hashtag everything. Neat. I had hashtag neat after everything, and I never be on the hashtag page with my hashtag. Never. And I'm like, what is this? Even when I hashtag female rapper, it never goes there. Like, I don't know. I'm blocked for some reason.
We're going to have to get that figured out. Instagram, we love you. We appreciate you. We just want the shit to work right. That's all. That's all.
Right.
Just whatever that bug is, just fix it, Instagram. We'll be so grateful.
I guess Instagram feel like if you ain't paying them, then shoot, bump it.
Well, I mean, look, Facebook got the vice grip on everything because, they own Instagram too. So it's like, but they'll get it right. I think because if it's just us out there, I know it ain't we the only one.
Government trying to slow that traffic down so they can take a piece of the pie. Like, okay, y'all niggas getting 3-4 million followers. We're gonna take at least 1 million from you. Pay up.
Yeah, but definitely.
No, y'all, they gonna take 3% off the top. They like, okay, you got 1 million followers. We're gonna take 100.
But yeah, man. But definitely.
We about to wrap this thing up, though. So, you have any shout outs you want to give out?
I do. I want to give a shout out to Jumpin' Joe, 91.9. I want to give a shout out. I'm sorry, 91.1. 91.1.
Okay.
Give a shout out to Broward United Entertainment, Millions to Billions, Kaola, Battery Express. That's my number one support system right there, Battery Express. I'm sorry, not the number one, but the only black-owned battery company in the whole USA. That's our company, Battery Express.
That's what it is.
That's the other business
word up.
that I run. That's the other business that me and my husband run. So, yeah.
That's what it is. Y'all doing all right then. Battery, that's money right there. That's profit. So,
they don't let black people into that business often. Matter of fact, they don't at all. We the only ones.
Well, look, y'all hopefully will start. Yeah, hopefully y'all will start a trend that will keep going in terms of black entrepreneurship and endeavors.
We putting the blueprint together right now for a franchise, so we definitely gonna expand within the black community.
Definitely. Before we go, well, hopefully Blog Talk won't cut us off. In terms of the battery, in terms of your battery wears, what do you specialize in? Auto batteries, or are you specializing in phone batteries, or what have you?
Oh no,
okay,
no, it's auto batteries, boat batteries, car batteries, not phone batteries, just boat batteries, car batteries, lawnmower, trucks, stuff like that.
Okay, word.
Pacemakers.
All right, raw agriculture. Word, agriculture, auto, and nautical. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep, and we ship batteries in and out of the country as well too.
Okay,
yeah, we want
man.
to check in with
Yo.
about that, man. Put that support out there.
Man, look, support black business, definitely. And look, young lady, we are so honored to have had you on. I will be dropping you a DM to let you know who I am on IG. You know, once again,
yes,
we
do
appreciate
that. I would love to see who I'm talking to, who I've been talking to for the last hour and some change.
Yes, you already seen King. You seen King.
You see me, right?
King is all.
I haven't seen any of you yet.
Okay, she has not seen us. All righty, so we have to
All
send
right.
her something.
You'll see after the show.
Definitely. We will do that.
Then you gotta hit us with you gotta hit us both with that follow back, or we're gonna get salty.
We're gonna try.
I got
I'm gonna try to. King shit working fine. I don't know if my shit is yet, but I'll definitely. I will definitely hit you. You know, if nothing else, just to let you know who I am, so you always, at least have a face to the name.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the dime on you now while I'm on the air, so we ain't clout chasing over here. Matter of fact, it's gonna be in your DM.
All right, I'm gonna get it. I can check it right now, actually. Okay.
And it's not gonna be nothing. It's not gonna be nothing corny. I'm not gonna go over there and be like, "Hi." No, we don't live like that.
But definitely.
Yeah, I hit you up just now.
You see.
All right, I gotta get my tablet right. So my phone's the only way I can do it right now until I get this tablet running again. So but yeah, definitely. But,
this is you right here, ENTVJ. No.
Say what now?
Oh, I'm sorry. You say you DM'd me? You DM'd me just now?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay, I see you. How do you spell the real Rick?
The real Rick Capo. I had to put the real one up there because people were trying to take the name.
Look
He's gonna have to trademark it sooner or later.
Oh yeah, I'm trademarking this thing come July.
All right, I see you.
Okay.
All righty, and I will be sending you, a picture of myself, so you know who I am in terms of T-Max with the facts. You will see me. So, if you can, just try to follow back. If not, at least you know who we are. So we will definitely be in touch with you. And once again, we thank you so much. The very best to you and your family, and the best wishes with you going forward in your career, which we know is going to be magnificently marvelous in every move you make.
For sure. Thank you.
That's what it is, y'all.
Thank you.
So we about to be up out of here.
Okay.
And we will see y'all again next week.
Yeah. And we are out.
Later. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.